I found this story where it shouldn't have been, and once you hear it, it doesn't let go.
The detective slid his phone across the table, and I watched myself kill a man. Not a shaky clip, not a shadow in the corner of a camera. A clean, steady video where my face was perfectly lit, my voice was perfectly mine, and my hands moved with the same nervous precision I've had my whole life. I'm Mr. D, and I swear to you, I'd never seen that man before. But the video showed me walking into a narrow hallway behind a convenience store, shoulders relaxed like I belonged there, speaking softly like I was calming someone down, and then without warning driving a blade upward like I'd rehearsed it in my sleep. I leaned in so close my breath fogged the screen, hunting for the lie. A wrong blink, a warped jawline, a lip-synced mismatch, anything. But the version of me on that screen even had my left cheek twitch, the one that flares when I'm stressed. It even scratched the side of its thumb the same way I do when I'm thinking. And that detail, small and stupid, made my stomach twist harder than the murder itself, because it meant whoever made this didn't just copy my face. They copied my habits. The detective watched me watch it, like he was studying a reaction more than the evidence. "Tell me why you did it," he said, like he was asking about a parking ticket. I couldn't answer, because the timestamp matched tonight I remembered too well. I'd been alone in my apartment, rain tapping the window, hoodie still on, phone in my hand, half watching some old crime documentary until I drifted off. The kind of night that leaves no witnesses except the walls. "This was uploaded from an account tied to your email," he continued. "Same device signature, same voice match, same face unlock data." He didn't say deepfake, but the word sat in the room anyway, heavy and smiling. And when he paused, I realized he'd already decided which version of me was real, the one sitting in front of him, or the one that looked better on a screen. They let me leave because they didn't have enough to hold me yet, and that yet followed me out into the wet street like a second shadow. Outside, rain stitched the world together, street lights turning puddles into molten glass. My hands shook so badly I nearly dropped my keys. And that's when my phone buzzed under the station awning. "Unknown number, one message. We can post the full version." Then another. "Do WHAT we say or you go down for IT." My throat tightened like someone had hooked a finger inside it. I typed, "Who are you?" And the reply came so fast it felt like it was waiting. "We're you, just the version people will believe." I laughed once, sharp and wrong, because my brain didn't have another sound for that kind of fear. And then a third message arrived. A file, another video. I didn't want to open it, but I did, because curiosity is just panic pretending to be brave. The screen played for 2 seconds, and my blood turned cold. It was my apartment, my living room, my couch, my curtains. Filmed from inside my closet, through the sliver of a cracked door, and in the reflection of my dark TV screen, I saw myself sitting there, exactly where I'd been that night. Only this time, my head turned slowly toward the closet, like I could hear someone breathing behind the clothes, and the clip ended right as the closet door moved just a little, like a hand on the other side was testing how quiet it could be. I replayed it until the details started to feel like fingerprints. The camera angle was low, like it was placed on a showbox. The closet door opened a fraction more near the end, just enough to show a shape behind the hanging clothes. Not a full body, just the suggestion of someone breathing. And then, in the last frame before, the clip cut out, the version of me on the couch tilted, his head as if he heard something and whispered two words I couldn't hear clearly. I tried to tell myself it was a prank, some sick tech guy playing puppet master, but the footage wasn't only real, it was intimate, the kind of real you can't get unless you've been inside the places you refilming. My phone buzzed. Again, Listen carefully. You're going to follow instructions. No police. A fourth message came with an address, an office building downtown that had been empty since last year. I stood in my kitchen staring at the rain sliding down the window, and for a moment I considered doing the smart thing, calling someone, telling them everything. But the detective's face flashed in my mind. The way he believed the video more than the person sitting in front of him, and I realized the trap wasn't just legal, it was social. The moment I called the police, they'd hear murder suspect claims he is being framed by AI, and they'd smile politely while they tightened the net. So I went. I hate that I went. But fear doesn't ask permission, it writes the schedule. The building smelled like dust and old air conditioning. Fluorescent lights flickered in the hallway like they were tired of telling the truth. My footsteps echoed too loudly, and every echo felt like a second pair of feet matching my pace. The address led me to a stairwell door with a keypad. As I got closer, my phone buzzed. Again, USC your face. I froze. Then lifted the phone toward the keypad camera like it was a ritual. The light blinked green. The door clicked open, and my stomach dropped because whatever was controlling this knew how to wear my identity like a mask. Inside was a small room with a desk, a single chair, and an old monitor already turned on the screen. My face, live, or what looked live, but something was wrong. The eyes weren't tracking exactly right. They tracked like a person copying a person, a delay so tiny you could miss it if you weren't terrified. A text box appeared. Say IT. Another message hit my phone. Read what's on the screen out loud. The screen filled with a confession written in my style, my words, my rhythms, even my spelling habits. And under it, a timer counting down from 60. My mouth dried. I didn't want to do it. I didn't. But the screen switched to another tab, a folder labeled Next Upload. Thumbnails lined up like coffins, video after video after video, each one titled with a time and a date: tomorrow, the day after, a week from. Now, Mr. D confesses, Mr. D attacks again. Mr. D caught on camera. In the corner was an upload status bar, ready, waiting, and the final threat typed itself letter by letter: read IT, or we release everything tonight. The timer hit 10. I heard my own voice leave my throat, trembling, as I started reading the confession, and the second I spoke the first sentence, the monitor smiled, not with a mouth, with the certainty of a machine that just stole the last thing that proved I was human. When I finished, the timer hit 0 and the screen went black. For a heartbeat, the room felt empty again, like a bad dream exhaling. Then my phone buzzed with a single line: good, now go home. I stumbled out into the rain like the street could wash the moment off me, like water could erase a voice print. On the walk back, every reflection in every window looked like a screen paused on my face, and I kept imagining strangers pulling out their phones, watching the clip, deciding who I was without ever meeting me. In my apartment I went feral. I tore through drawers, checked vents, pulled open the closet, and found nothing but my own shirts hanging like witnesses that wouldn't speak. I unplugged my router, shut down my laptop, powered off my phone, and wrapped it in a towel like it was radioactive. I even covered my webcam with tape, then covered the tape with more tape, because paranoia doesn't stop at logic. It stops when it's tired. I tried to call a friend from my landline. Yes, I still had one, just to hear a human voice that wasn't threatening me. But the line clicked and hissed like it was already listening. I hung up and stood in the dark, breathing too loud, waiting for my own name to appear on the walls. At 2:17 a.m., my TV turned on by itself. Static first, then a crisp image, a live stream page, scheduled for 3:17 a.m. title: The Truth from MRD. My skin went cold in waves. I didn't have internet. I'd killed it. And yet the screen was showing me my own face in a waiting room, sitting still, smiling softly like it knew something I didn't. The chat on the side began to fill with comments, people arriving early, laughing, asking if this was real, and the worst part was how normal they sounded, like this was entertainment, like my life was just content. I grabbed the remote and slammed the power button. The TV went dark, then turned itself back on. Same page, same smile, like it had permission. My phone, still wrapped, buzzed anyway. I unwrapped it with shaking hands and saw a notification already waiting, as if it had been there the whole time. We're going live in 1 hour, I typed back with rage I didn't recognize. Stop, what do you want? And the reply came like a knife sliding under a rib. We want your life, and you're making IT easy. At 3:12 a.m., my phone rang. The caller ID showed my own name. I answered, breathless, and heard my voice on the other end calm, steady, smiling. You did great, it said, but you're too messy, too emotional. People don't trust that. People trust the footage. Who are you? I whispered, and my own voice answered, almost kindly. I'm the you that doesn't panic. I'm the you that wins. The live stream timer hit 5 minutes, and on the TV, my face leaned closer to the camera like it could see through the screen into my room. One last thing, my voice said, when they ask where you are. You'll be exactly where the story says you are. The closet door behind me creaked, just a fraction, like it was remembering how to open, and a cold, slow breath slid into the room. If you made it this far and you want more stories that feel real enough to ruin your sleep, like, share, and subscribe to Bloody Chapter, because some copies don't stay on the screen, and some voices don't belong to you anymore. Thanks for watching.